Hey everyone, Robert here again. I wanted to show you guys my Nolan Ryan collection. I honestly can't recall how old I was when I first learned about him. But going through my collection, which is for me pretty extensive, I think I've kind of put together some sort of timeline. So, um, I'm born in 77, but I really didn't get into baseball cards till about 87. And I think this first card says it all, 1987, Topps. And there was, for him, a 11 season of over 200 strikeouts in a season, which for 11 seasons, beating out former pitcher Tom Seaver's record, and that's really when Nolan Ryan was being noticed for his longevity. He's was one of the oldest pitchers, continued on for almost another decade before he retired, and to his mid late 40s. But just because of that longevity, and also just because why I really appreciate who he is and what he means to me, just doing something that you love for so long, putting in the work, putting in the practice. He was able to do it for that long of a time. And I think it's unheard of. Like, you hear more and more about not just pitchers, but just baseball players in general, retiring at a younger age. So part of a lot of his records he got just because he stayed in the game as long as he could. And uh, that to me is just memorizing, and it's probably why I just have gravitated to him. Plus the fact I'm from Houston, Texas. He is from Texas, and played on the Houston Astros and the Texas Rangers towards the end of his career was another part of it as well. But I got the opportunity just to kind of recategorize my collection. It was more of a jumble, so now I've put everything in a timeline. And just so interesting just following his career. So I don't have any of his early baseball cards. He actually started with the Mets out of New York. Later in his career, would move out to California, join the California Angels, and you'll see there 1977 baseball card. Again, that was the year I was born. And then would move back to his home state of Texas. Played for the Astros for many seasons. Um, and then we'll get into it when he made the change. And that's, again, about the time when I started collecting baseball cards. So 87, 88, 89, and you'll see two Topps cards from 1989 Topps collection. And that's when he made the switch to the Rangers. And these are pretty cool card. I must have got this later collecting. And I have no idea if Topps still does this. But these are his regular issue cards from Topps 89 that year, card number 530. But then what Topps would do is if there were any changes in ball teams before the end of the year, they would do these prints of, and you'll see at the top here, 106T, meaning a trade card, meaning this ball player was traded in the same year, and they made a new card to celebrate the change. So just really cool right there in 1 year you see it. 1989 is also when Upper Deck, really cool baseball card producer, was coming out, and I'd never ever seen anything. No one had ever seen anything like this. But a baseball card, standard issue, which with this motion capture, just really pops out. Love what they did there. There's another card from the same collection. I think this is a team checklist for the Astros. Nolan Ryan done as a painting. And then again, he got traded to the Rangers in the same year, and this was a very interesting card. Throwing a football for practice. 1990, Topps took a big turn from these white borders to just really cool graphic borders. Topps really started experimenting, and this was the heyday of baseball card collecting. And another thing I realized, putting this set, my collection together, so Nolan Ryan is the first card in the top set. Not only the first one, but ran a couple of extras for the first couple of cards in the set. And I realized Topps did that for about 3 years straight. So hold on, I'll show you more. But again, this is 1990. Bowman baseball cards came out. This was a promotional card, but a really cool painting. Don Russ. This is also when he was really getting all of his notable records before he retired. 5,000 career strikeouts. Was the no-hit king. 5,000 career strikeouts before he retired. This is a cool picture. Two former teammates on the Astros, Nolan Ryan and Mike Scott. They used to play together, now on differing teams. But again, as a Astros and Rangers fan, I really love this card. Followed Mike Scott's career myself as well. And more experimental baseball cards started coming out. This is a motion card where you tilt the card and you can see some motion there. Let's see, some upper deck. Topps went back to the white border again, stopped the experimental side. I really like the experimental side. I kind of wish they stuck with it, but that's okay. Let's see what we got here. 1991, notably another no-hitter against the Oakland Athletics. It's a really cool card set called Studio. Where they do these more portraits of the baseball players in black and white. More looking back on the career of Nolan Ryan. I think I was going to tell you about Topps again. And here we are, card number 1, Topps set. This is also their 40th anniversary, 40 years of being a baseball card manufacturer. Here's Topps again, 3rd year in a row, Nolan Ryan, card number 1, along with card number 2, well, I guess card number 4. So again, Topps just keeping Nolan Ryan right there at the front of their whole collection. This was his heyday. Another cool teammates photo, Nolan Ryan and Goose Gossage, now together in the Rangers, making some headlines. And another really cool portrait. I mean, to me, that looks like a painting. It's so interesting how they did this. But that is an upper deck baseball card. And just love these wind-up photos that they've got of him. Upper deck again, head-on shot right after a pitch. And Topps again. But by this time, not number 1, 34, still respectable. Heading off the series of the Topps set in that year. And we're looking at 1994. And this is about the time when he's starting to say goodbye to baseball. And I think that's why this Topps Stadium Club card has that hat tip. He probably had another career no-hitter, tipping his cap to the crowd. But this was about the end. And again, that card, 1994. And I think there's one more I have here. And 1995, and that might have been it. 1994, 1995, and you think I'd know, being such a fan, but that's when he finally retired and said goodbye. Hung up his glove and hat. I have no idea where I found this, but this is a Topps card, recent, from 1917. I must have found this at a card shop or somewhere. And why I got it is it looks like a 1986 Topps card. So that's the original baseball card when it came out. And then Topps did this reissue for what they call a 30th anniversary. I'm not sure why, but really cool reproduction. But just a career highlight card about Nolan Ryan. This is what Nolan Ryan's rookie card is supposed to look like. This is just a reproduction, and that's why I got it. I don't think I'll ever find or ever afford a rookie card of Nolan Ryan. But that's what it was back when he started with the Mets. This is just a card I got somewhere. So, celebrating his 300th win back in 1990. These are from Sports Illustrated Kids magazines, collectabooks. Nolan Ryan as a cowboy. I don't know where I found this, but Nolan knows heat. He's known for his fastball. Now just getting into other different kinds of cards. So Mother's Cookies used to have baseball cards, other players, but this was a notable set that they put out about Nolan Ryan. So most of these I still have in the original cellophane. Like I just pulled it straight out of the box, dusted off the crumbs, and kept them as such. Here's two out of the package. Some other cards I found. This is from Jumbo California Sunflower Seeds and Autograph Series. Nolan Ryan, post-cereal. Cereals had baseball cards at the time.